By the way, Connor, Mary Magdalene is not Jesus's mom.
Who is she?
She's just another lady. I think was intimate with Jesus.
Mary Magdalene was a disciple of Jesus.
A disciple.
So not
his mom. His mom is the Virgin Mary.
What's Mary's last name?
Virgin.
Mary's a one-namer like Beyonce?
Yeah.
I guess.
So what's Jesus' last name?
Famously, she was the first person to see him after the resurrection. Oh, yeah, that's true. I knew that. Okay, well, I guess I really never knew what Magdalene was.
Yeah, what's Jesus' last name?
God.
Oh, Christ. Okay, Mary Christ. Perfect, by the way.
Mary and Joseph Christ.
Yeah, the Christs.
The Christs.
Yeah, duh.
We're going over to the Christs for dinner. What are we having? Their son's body and blood.
Well, we got there. I'm Rust McGuss. Get that out of your mouth. That went in my mouth by accident when I was doing the ads. And I was like, that's crazy that Connor is comfortable with that sensation regularly. Because it's not good.
I think it's like a Freud thing for me, like a Freudian tick.
Something that caliber?
Needing to put a whole mic in my mouth? Yeah. Don't judge.
Okay.
I was walking out today.
Well, I'm so happy to see you.
Oh, I'm so chapped. I'm also happy to see you.
Here. Here's some chapstick. It's wild fig, so it's not a chapstick, it's a balm. And it's actually a universal skin salve. BALM.
Yeah, it's important to clarify because a lot of people might be listening to this on a plane.
BALM.
And the girl in seat 19A just got flagged by the FBI because her podcast is talking about
You're really bad at scaring people while they're on planes that they're going to get taken by the FBI immediately.
Wildfigbalm.com Glossier.
Yes.
Glossier. Okay, you can keep talking while I apply this.
Well,
here goes my phone.
I was just saying I'm happy to see you. Welcome back to the first pod of 2023, coming up on our 1-year anniversary of B&C Make a P, which is really exciting.
So exciting. This doesn't look just slightly tinted. This looks bright. This almost looks like acrylic paint.
Well, I'm wearing it and I'm not super red. I think it's kind of just enhances your natural lip color.
I don't really have any lip color. Or any lips.
You do. You have beautiful pink lips.
Just wait.
You look like you just dove into a rotisserie chicken, though. Positive connotation.
Y'all think this is lip gloss? This is chicken grease. I'm about to post a picture today, and I actually downloaded Facetune for the first time ever to see if I could unchap my lips in the photo, and I couldn't figure it out. So they're just gonna be chapped.
What about the smoothing feature?
I couldn't figure out how to use the. There's so many things that you could do.
I don't. Yeah.
I clicked enhance, and I was like, whoa.
Well,
whoa.
I always just do the thing. The only editing I do is when you upload a picture, and then there's that go-to marker. Just the enhance button on Instagram.
You enhance via Instagram?
No, I guess. That.
I haven't heard anyone doing that since.
Really? I don't edit. I don't know how to edit anything. I don't do anything with the brightness or contrast or exposure or whatever. I just press that one button.
I used to use Lightroom a lot, which is it's just not worth it for my caliber of photos.
Right.
I don't know what to do with the excess lip gloss. Do you want it on your finger?
I'll put it on my lips.
Okay, hold still. There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. I can't remember what you're talking about.
Okay.
But yeah, we really shouldn't be sitting here today.
No, it's a miracle that we both got back. We have been away.
We've been away for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I was in Florida for 2 weeks.
I stayed in California for Christmas, and then I went to Aspen for New Year's. Do you want to go first?
Yeah.
I feel like yours is pretty lengthy. Just a heads up, this is going to be just a tale of horrors.
This is
traveling.
This is horrible. And it might. I actually am feeling pretty good right now.
Before we jump in, we should say really quick, we have a highlights channel where you can rewatch clips from the main and bonus episodes. If you subscribe to Brooke and Connor Make a Podcast highlights on YouTube, it's like a separate thing.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to like kind of put in a little bit of effort to get there, but it's easy if you know how to work being online.
And it's the highlights. So
and it's highlights.
You'll love it.
It's the good stuff.
Yeah. So I always like to book my flights so I have one full buffer day of just getting things in order. Yeah. Otherwise, I get extreme anxiety. But I wasn't able to do that in this case. So I had to come back yesterday and not have that buffer day.
Yeah.
And then go to the pod today.
Yeah.
So my flight was scheduled to depart Florida at 5 o'clock and then get into LA at 8:30 due to the time changes and all, even though it's a 6-hour flight.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was still, why are you smiling like that?
I'm just smiling.
Oh, okay. So your smile kind of threw me off a little bit.
Sorry.
It says lips. Do you want the rest of this, Chapped?
No, thank you.
So I was still at home in Florida at Mom and Pop's house when I got the first delay notification of a minor 3.5 hour delay. But it says in the email, like, show up at your original time just in case they can get it in order. Even though they said, like, your flight is confirmed delayed.
I've had it one single time out of all the delays where I was already at the airport when they delayed it for 4 hours, and then they said, just kidding, we're going to board right now. And I'm like,
wow.
What if I would have rebooked a new flight or something? I didn't know that you could. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. So I went at 3 or whatever just to be safe.
Yeah.
They did move forward with keeping the initial delay, which was fine. My New Year's resolution, one of them, is just to be more chill. Got to the airport.
Not saying yes to life, but saying, okay, that's fine, to life.
Just like going with the motion, being punched, getting back up when you get knocked back down.
Hey, no worries.
No worries.
Character building.
Had a glass of wine at the airport, had a caprese salad.
You kind of had an Eat, Pray, Love situation at the
caprese salad.
What airport did you fly out of?
Fort Lauderdale.
An Eat, Pray, Love at the Fort Lauderdale California Pizza Kitchen in the Fort Lauderdale.
Yep. Got a side of fries. And I dipped them in mayo, which was awesome. By the way, I really love doing that if you mix the mayo and the ketchup together.
That's just Thousand Island, I think.
But it's not Thousand Island when you get the mayo first and then the ketchup. Okay. Because it's not fully mixed.
Totally.
I would recommend that to anyone. So that was fine. I was feeling fine. Did some knitting. And that's when the flight was delayed an additional hour. Okay.
Hey.
Whatever.
No worries if not.
No worries. Just get me on there whenever you can. I'm not worried. At this point, we're set to get in at midnight 30. Midnight 30.
Because that's 6 hours, right? From Fort Lauderdale
Yeah,
to
it's a
LA.
6-hour flight. Yeah. So, okay, that's fine. I'd still get like 5 hours of sleep before the podcast. No buffer day, but hey, whatever.
I don't care.
So after that hour delay, move forward with an additional hour. Okay. So now we are about 6 hours delayed or so. And then the plane got there, and the plane that we were supposed to get on got there. All of the passengers that came from San Francisco got off, but we were still not getting on. And you know how the people who work at the airport are just so vague when you're like, what's going on? And they're like, we'll board in 5 minutes. 30 minutes later, we'll board in 5 minutes. 45 minutes later, 5 to 10 minutes, we'll be boarding. So it's kind of just that for another hour.
It reminds me of that episode of Spongebob when he's in the underground area. What is it called?
Bottom.
Rock bottom. And the bus keeps pulling up. And anytime he looks, the bus drives away.
Totally. And then this courageous woman said, just give it to us straight. What's going on? Is there a chance that this flight is going to be canceled? And then the woman was like, the flight is here. They're just cleaning it. But I can't answer that question. Just answer it. You know? Give us clarity.
Yeah. I don't think her hands were tied. She can be a person, you know?
No, she said there's always a chance it'll get canceled, but right now we plan on taking off. Don't even say that. Just tell us we plan to take off. So then eventually we got on about 7 hours after the delay, and there was a maintenance issue.
Yeah.
So what was going to happen there was a seat was not fully in the upright position, and it wasn't able to return to the upright position without professional help from the maintenance man. So that only took about 45 minutes to get him on the plane, and then an additional 45 to get him to fix the seat. moving forward with an additional 45 minutes of the paperwork.
Well, that's
that
no worries.
None. Oh, Connor, I was fine. So then at the maintenance issue, the man across from me moved forward with cursing out the entire crew. He needed to be escorted off as soon as possible. And that's a process that took an additional hour. At this point, we're set to get into LA 3:30 a.m. We eventually did take off. Immediately upon takeoff, the woman next to me, who, by the way, was the sweetest woman in the world, so nice. So I would never say a bad word about her. She did take her shoes off immediately and start eating beef jerky, no socks, bare feet. But if anyone was gonna do that, I would have liked it to be her.
Yeah,
because she was so sweet. Then we had the man behind me, who, and this is the most, I've been thinking about the most politically correct way to phrase the way he was. And what I can say is he was existing in a different realm.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
That's what you had to say.
He was existing in a different realm.
He's living his own reality.
Yeah.
His own world.
Totally.
Which is fine.
Completely fine. So I thought there was a serious banging coming from behind me that I thought was him. I thought it was the tray table out, his laptop on the tray table, and he must have been writing an essay. Because banging with each key, my seat is vibrating and the whole plane is vibrating because of him. I turn around, it's an abacus. Okay? So like an old fashioned it's like an old fashioned calculator.
What is an Oh, it's like the thing, it's like for babies.
Can you look up abacus?
Babies
like an image of an abacus? Because maybe it wasn't an abacus.
Babies play with abacus.
Oh, that's like a xylophone. No, I'm not that. It was like, I guess like a T95 or whatever, but like bigger.
So a calculator.
But a big calculator. So he was slamming on the keys of that calc.
What was he adding up? The hours that you guys were delayed?
Furiously adding up numbers, banging, vibrating the whole plane, while having an unlit cigarette in between his lips.
He's just like me for real.
He's just like The Fault in Our Stars.
He's just like me with my oral fixation. Hey guys, this show is sponsored by BetterHelp. I know when I'm feeling my best, it's when I'm like around all of my like closest friends, because I can talk their ear off. But when I'm not always around my closest friends, that's when a therapist can step in and be that person for me. When you're at your best, you could do great things, but sometimes you get bogged down. You may feel overwhelmed or like you're not showing up in the way that you want to. Yes. Working with a therapist can help get you closer to the best version of you.
That's so true, and I speak from personal experience when I say that therapy gets me to the best version of myself. And you mentioned that when you're not around your close friends, the therapist is the next best option. But my therapist, one of my close friends. Right. So that works out really well for me. Therapy is an incredible tool that has taught me positive coping skills that help me feel more empowered in my everyday life to be the best version of myself. Also, therapy is not only for people who have experienced major trauma. With my therapist, I'm able to talk freely to her about anything and receive an unbiased perspective on just normal things and explosive trauma. If you're thinking of giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. It's convenient, flexible, affordable, and entirely online. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge.
Right. And listen up. If you want to live a more empowered life, therapy can help get you there. Visit betterhelp.com/B&C today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/BANDC.
Unlit cigarette. The guy comes over to him and says, "Would you like anything to drink?" Yeah, he did. Coffee, 3 sugars, 10 creams. Okay.
Oh.
Yes.
That's fine.
That's completely fine. And then at this point,
how does that even fit in a cup?
I don't know. At this point, like, because I've been so chill, I all of a sudden, like, once the plane got into motion, he had his 10 creams banging on the calculator. Woman next to me had the beef jerky, shoes off. That's when I started to sob uncontrollably. And then I started to really miss my mom and pop. And then I cried for the whole time, but it felt good because it was well deserved. It was a cathartic, good feeling cry. Then we landed. We weren't able to get to the gate because no, there were complications with finding it.
Right.
So that was a complication. And then we got off. Carousel was broken. So it took a little bit of additional time to get the bags. But God was kind of looking out for me because my bag was like the 10th one off, which is awesome. And you have to take the wins where you can get them.
That's great.
And then I said, you know what? At LAX, you have to take a shuttle to get to the Uber or Lyft lot. And I said, that's not in the cards for me tonight. I'm not getting on the shuttle. So I moved forward with the curbside Uber Black because the Blacks and the Lux can come pick you up curbside. And it was only 208 USD. So,
which, by the way, I just want to say, you can get refunded for that flight because after, it's like when a substitute teacher or your professor doesn't show up within 10 minutes of class, you can head out. If like it's a significant delay, I don't know if they put an hour amount to it, but per airline, if you look it up, if it's delayed by a certain amount, significant amount, you just hit them up and it's processed.
We already got the email that we'll be compensated.
That's awesome.
But I don't know for how much because Beef Jerky Lady was telling me this happened to her last week and she was compensated, but only like $100.
You can fight that via your following on Twitter. Because
I saw someone
do that yesterday.
But yeah, this was like a very expensive flight.
Public humiliation works.
It does.
At the end of the day. And it's okay to use that when appropriate.
Totally. So that's that. I got back to my apartment at like 4:30 a.m.
Yeah.
Couldn't sleep because it was jarring after spending 2 weeks in my mom's crisp white linens to get into my dusty comforter. So it took a minute to fall asleep. Probably fell asleep at like 5 something. Woke up at 7:30, feeling great. Here we are.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here you are, indeed.
But you're not familiar. I was describing the like exhausted sensations that you get, like you don't know the throat closing feeling of tiredness, or when your legs start to ache.
See, like if I get like 2 hours of sleep, I'm not tired at all. Like I'm just like at it, but then I'm at some point I crash. I can't even put my finger on it. But I'll get 2 hours of sleep and wake up way easier than if I get 8 hours of sleep.
Interesting. Probably because you're not fully in REM yet.
Probably.
I hit REM so hard and so fast that that alarm going off.
You hit the REM running.
Yeah, I did. But I feel okay, all things considered.
Yeah, you seem okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even complain about my experience compared to that, but basically, so I went to Aspen last week because I knew that there was a storm coming into Colorado and that flights would be rerouted. So to play it safe, I flew into Denver, and Denver to Aspen is about a 4-hour drive.
Really?
Yeah, but it's...
Oh, I didn't know it was that long.
But it's through like a pass, which is a really dangerous pass. So I had to rent a car when I got to Denver. Naturally, the only cars available today are Toyota Corollas, which weigh 90 pounds and they're 2-wheel drive, so not meant to drive through a snowy pass. And it was the scariest time going there ever. And I got there, it was fine. I said, I'm going to park this car right here, and I'm not going to... Oh, by the way, I rented it for a one-way so I could drop it off at the Aspen airport. And that's why I rented from Enterprise, so that I knew that there was a point A and point B, and I could drop it off.
You were originally planning to fly out of Aspen?
Yeah.
Okay.
They messed up my reservation because I knew that there was a storm coming in Aspen. I wouldn't be able to drive back because my car would be stuck. They messed up my reservation. There was no one-ways available, so I had to keep it there for 5 days.
Okay.
So I kept it there. The snowstorm hits. It's buried in snow. You can't even see the car.
Yeah.
I sent you a picture of it.
Yeah.
I'll put a picture up here. And then yesterday when I went to leave, I shoveled it out for about an hour. I turned it on. It melted everything off. I put the bags in the car, and we head out, and it took us 4.5 hours to get back because another storm hit going through this pass. And it was also, and I was drifting. Like, you kind of hit and you drift, and you're on ice, and again, it's 90 pounds, 2-wheel drive. We're driving like dusty.
That's the scariest feeling.
And we're cutting it very close because I took an exit, and it took me 22 minutes to find the Shell gas station. So that added on our time. So when we got there, we unload our stuff. They're like, you're good to go. See ya. And by the way, I had a tweet drafted from when I arrived in Denver. I don't know if this is a universal experience, but I just want to share it. Rental car employee places have the nicest employees on the planet. They're nicer than like elementary school teachers or like that one teacher that you would like go to hang out with at lunch.
I've never rented a car because that's something that feels like just like so out of the scope of my abilities.
It's totally in your abilities. It's a lot easier than it seems. So they are the nicest people ever. You'd be shocked. Like every person I talk to is so nice. Until they check you in and they see that your entire bumper is almost falling off your car. To your surprise. Because again, I didn't drive the car.
Right.
Except to and from this parking lot that I'm in right now. He goes, oof, you really did a number on this car. I said, sir, I wasn't in this car.
And you haven't seen that.
I didn't enter this car. No, because it was covered in snow.
Right.
Someone hit and ran my Toyota Corolla in Aspen.
That sucks.
Didn't leave a note because I had someone go check yesterday. So then my friend that was with me, I said, just go to the airport because we were cutting it so close. I was like, I'll figure my stuff out. I'm sure it wasn't me because there's no way someone would hit and run. Right?
Right.
Wrong. So then I had to call my parents. I'm obviously not traveling with my car insurance. Neither of them answer. I said, sir, I just have to leave. He said, well, you'll be getting a call to fill out this claim and pay for the damages to this Toyota Corolla.
Right. Ooh, I feel like that's going to be super expensive.
Probably, especially because I had to pay double for my reservation originally. So anyways, that's that. I get to the airport, like the Denver airport, which we talk about all the time. There's so much spooky stuff that happens at the Denver airport. There's all the conspiracy theories. I'm I'm like not even thinking about it. I just need to get there. I want to stop and like see if I can see a ghost or a lizard. No, I didn't have time. I had to get to my gate, and I'm texting you at this point.
Right.
And I get to, there's 2 areas where you can go to security. It took 40 minutes from the line to get my ID checked to the beginning. And there's a sense of community when everyone's panicking.
Totally.
It's like misery loves company. Like I could see everyone in the security line at that point. I'm kind of like, we could probably start like a little community of people.
Cool.
We could start from scratch with this group of people.
Yeah, that's happened in novels. It's usually the airport when like the world closes down.
And the Denver airport would be the place to do it.
Yeah.
And I said, you could be like a farmer person, and then you could be like a yoga instructor. You could just smoke weed and tell people their future.
That's where people are going to colonize, by the way. If the world ever ends, people are going to start living in the airport.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I get to the front finally. And it's weird that security takes so long when every single person I know personally has gotten through with something that like you wouldn't be allowed to bring into even a Target. Mm-hmm. Like I got through, I don't carry a knife, but like for some reason my dad had put a knife in my backpack because he thinks LA is like somewhere really dangerous. And they were like, they didn't even notice. And when I got to my house, I was like, why do I have a legit knife in my bag? And I started telling people that, and they're like, yeah, I traveled with this and this and this. I'm like, why does it take an hour to get through security if I could fully like take down, I'm not going to say it because someone's probably listening on a plane. It's just shocking that it takes so long and yet so much gets through.
Right.
Anyways, I wanted to check my steps that day because it took me so long to find security in the first place. Listen to this shocking statistic. The Denver airport encompasses 53 square miles of land. Denver airport is twice the size of Manhattan Island.
Oh my God.
So can
I ask a really stupid question?
Yeah.
What's the difference between a mile and a square mile?
A square mile would be like 1 mile by 1 mile.
Totally. Like a square.
Right.
No, that is making sense.
So it'd be like when you do square footage in a house or an apartment.
It's like made
up. It's like 800
squares.
Square feet, but it would be like 1 foot.
Yeah.
1 foot.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Anyways, I didn't have any other trouble after that, but what I was saying about the rental car employees is they were so nice until they thought that I had damaged the vehicle that belongs to Enterprise Rental Cars and not to them personally.
Right.
That the flip switched, and they didn't trust me. I'm like, I wish there was an honor system where I could like have a star, like a gold stars that I'm like, look at how good of a person I am. I'm being honest. I did not do this. And they're like, well, even if you didn't do it, you still have to pay for it because it was your car.
Yeah.
Which is such a bummer because someone in Aspen is like, hey, I got away.
That does suck.
Getting that Corolla.
Hi, guys. We want to take another quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Raycon. The new year is here, and whether you're making big changes or just settling back into consistent routine, chances are you could use some audio accompaniment on your journey. I know that for me, it's crucial. Specific artists I listen to, Probably the
I was going
1975
to say, think that.
nonstop. Definitely.
I listen to our own podcast.
Really?
Yeah, pretty
I
consistently.
can't really listen to the sound of my own voice, but
I'm obsessed with it.
with mine or yours?
Yours.
Yes, that's what I thought you were going to say. The fact is, a good pair of wireless earbuds is indispensable in 2023. For premium audio at the perfect price point, you've got to go with Raycon.
Totally. And Raycon's everyday earbuds look, feel, and sound better than ever with optimized gel tips for the perfect in-ear fit.
I love gel tips.
Oh, me too. These earbuds are so comfortable, and guess what? They will not budge, trust me. Plus, Raycons give you 8 hours of playtime and a 32-hour battery life.
Wow, 8 hours of playtime. Raycons are priced just right. You get quality audio at half the price of other premium audio brands. It's no wonder Raycon's everyday earbuds have over 50,000 5-star reviews.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite feature?
Yeah.
Oh, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, didn't you say that there was like a sound profile thing that was your favorite?
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
You can balance the bass sound, and it's like balancing. And that's my favorite feature.
Sound to bass.
Sound
so
to
it's
bass.
not overpowering.
It's like kind of like a ratio situation.
In one way or the other. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So like when I'm listening to podcasts, I just want the pure sound, so I can hear the voices. But when I'm listening to the 1975, that bass is going to be really important.
Or Lil Wayne.
Yeah, exactly. I also love their earbud tap functions because I can change the song or volume without even having to pick up my phone.
Okay, so for me, I like the Raycons because when I'm on a run, for some reason, like I told you a long time ago that my ear holes have been like
they're tight,
kind of fluctuating in size, and these just don't move.
It's the gel tips.
Yeah, well, they also have. Oh yeah, I forgot about awareness mode. It lets you listen to music, but I can still hear what's going on around me, so you can like toggle that on and off.
Oh.
So like if that woman's yelling at me and telling me to move out of her way,
right,
or trying to kill me, or if there's a car honking at me because I'm crossing, jaywalking, I'll hear that because I can flip that on. If you want to give them a try, go to buyraycon.com/BNC today to get 50% off your Raycon order. That's buyraycon.com/BANDC to score 15% off. Buyraycon.com/BNC.
That does suck.
It's my fault for driving a Corolla to through a really dangerous pass.
Oh, they didn't give you another option.
Well, it's just weird because I feel like the blame should be shared there because why'd you rent me a Toyota Corolla 2-wheel drive
in Aspen
during a snowstorm? That's kind of your fault. There should be kind of like a vetting system. I'm not a good driver. You know that.
They know. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm glad we both made it.
Oh, and thank you guys for listening to that. Welcome back after holidays. I hope everyone enjoyed their everything, whether you spent 10 days recharging or you're coming off of 10 days of drinking, like a bender.
Yeah.
Welcome back. We're starting anew.
Totally. Do you have any resolutions, by the way? I said mine's just like being more chill.
Yeah, I want to fill up my Brita more.
Good. Me too.
Yeah.
Good one.
I don't know why I would rather die from heavy metal poisoning than open that lid and put it under the sink for 10 seconds.
Well, you know what I've been doing. I don't even want to share.
What?
Because I'm going to get clobbered by
Brita Twitter?
No, just by eco-friendly people, which I should be clobbered, but I'm not even going to say it.
I want to do that, and I think all the rest of mine are all health stuff.
I just want to be consistent, and I want to have some sort of routine. So like waking up at the same time every day. Something like that.
Yeah, that's good. I want to play the banjo that I bought a year ago that sits leaning up against my couch.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I wish my parents enrolled me in instrument lessons of any sort, but nothing.
Yeah, I think about that a lot because I'm thinking about when I go to places like skiing and stuff and I see these groups of 12-year-olds and they're like ripping it and I'm like scared to be around them because they're really cool.
Right.
Like, that could have been me.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Mom.
Yeah.
Or
Seriously.
Dad, like whoever decided where we lived and what we did.
Mm-hmm. I feel like I didn't do... Did you do like soccer and stuff as a kid? I didn't really do anything.
I wanted to do something.
Yeah. I wanted an extracurricular. Did you have any like funny stories from the break?
I did. Yeah. Yeah. So I was at Finelli's in New York and a lot of it's like my favorite place to go. And that's the lamest thing to say. It's like a very normal spot for probably New Yorkers to go or people that live there. But we're sitting outside and this French guy comes up and is like, "Do you have a lighter?" And I randomly had a lighter in my pocket. And I was like, yeah,
What
here
were
you
you
go.
lighting?
I have no, it was like an old jacket and I just had a lighter in the pocket. And I was like, here you go. And he's like, are you Tom Holland? And I was like, yes, I am. And he was like, okay, thank you, like whatever. And
What accent was that, by the way?
it was supposed to be French.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So we part ways, and it was the day that France played Argentina, and France lost. And I said, congrats on your, and then I remembered they lost, and I was like, loss. And then the vibe kind of switched. And I was like, but he was still pretty friendly to me. So at some point, the woman, one of the girls that works at Finelli's, comes out and brings all these boxes. She makes candles and she sells them. And the rest of his friends, the French people, all come out. And all her candles are shaped like foods. They're really cool. It's like, there's like a corn on the cob, and there's like, but they have wicks, and they look realistic. And I walk up, and I'm looking with one of the girls, the French girls, and there's a group of French guys all smoking cigarettes. And I go, oh my God, you guys should get the baguette shaped candle because you're from France. And they go, what the fuck did you just say? I go, you should get the baguette shaped candle because you're from France. And he goes, not a smile. Where are you from? I go, California. He goes, you should get the burger. And I go, oh, okay, I understand. Now I'm gathering like what's happening here. And then they all start talking in their French. And I go, that's sounding like insults because they're laughing and stuff and looking at me. So, but I can't, your words can't hurt me because I don't understand them. And that's probably the most American thing that can happen. Ignorance is bliss. I'm living in a world of my own, and it's awesome.
Totally.
Keep throwing whatever slurs at me you want. I can't understand you. And the bouncer at Finelli said, they've been real assholes this whole time. Your next round of drinks on me.
Oh, that's really sweet.
And I said, buongiorno.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think it's really harmful to generalize a group of people. And I wouldn't do it. But
baguettes are French.
But from my experience when I went to France and
burgers
high school,
are universal.
Most French
burgers
people,
are universal.
yeah,
No?
most French people don't really have any sort of tolerance for Americans.
Yeah, apparently
in my
they were being,
experience.
Apparently they were being real big dicks to service people too.
That's
so
horrible.
not a good look for the French.
No. Okay, I'll give you a story.
Hit me back.
So I was in Florida for 2 weeks. At my grandparents go there for the winters. We'll call them Mama and Papa because that's what I call them. But I was so excited to sleep in with just no guilt.
Yeah.
Like, I sleep in here, sure, but like I feel bad about it.
Yeah.
So I was really excited to sleep in there and just not have 1 ounce of guilt. But I did have to share a room with my brother because my 2 cousins were there and my sister, and it was essential that my sister have her own room.
Sure.
And it's not worth fighting her. And then, so me and my brother shared.
Yeah.
So stoked to sleep in. My brother wakes up before me, and
Jack Martin style.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, that's so true. I want to play for you the sounds that I was experiencing when he would wake up like 3 hours before I was ready to wake up. So he takes a lot of supplements. He's a supplement god. And this was the sound of him needing to open the supplements over my head in the morning.
I would need a gun.
I look at him, I go, really? Do you have to do that right here? And so he was able to move the supplements to the kitchen for the rest of the days and take them in the kitchen. But that's just like, how did you not think of that?
Sure.
At first, you know?
Yeah.
Got all nothing but love to that kid.
Yeah.
He is the sweetest boy.
Yeah. The like people being up before you and making it everybody else's problem is it's big. It's worse than chewing for me.
Really?
Yeah. It makes me like, I'm not a killer.
But that's an instance where you would,
But don't push me.
You would be pushed. No, that's
when I do think about like seriously hurting a member of my family. I told you. Well, speak of the devil. I told you when we were in Tokyo and it was me and my sister.
Yeah.
And she woke up. And
blow dried her hair.
It was too hot to blow dry her hair in the bathroom with the door shut.
Right.
But so she needed to have it open at 3:15 a.m. with the light on.
That is wild.
And she needed to blow dry her hair.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah.
And then she slammed the door onto my nose.
Oh, I remember that.
Which broke it.
Yeah.
I was also gonna say this is another story about that's why my family doesn't sleep in the same hotel rooms anymore. Over Christmas, my mom has this nativity scene that she's had forever. Do you know what a nativity scene is?
I do.
It's basically...
Oh, by the way, Connor, Mary Magdalene is not Jesus' mom.
Who is she?
She's just another lady. I think she's was intimate with Jesus.
Mary Magdalene was a disciple of Jesus.
A disciple.
So not
his mom. His mom is the Virgin Mary.
What's Mary's last name?
Virgin.
Mary's a one-namer like Beyonce?
Yeah.
I guess.
So what's Jesus' last name?
Famously, she was the first person to see him after the resurrection. Oh, yeah, that's true. I knew that. Okay, well, I guess I really never knew what Magdalene was.
Yeah, what's Jesus' last name?
God.
Oh, Christ. Okay, Mary Christ. Perfect, by the way.
Mary and Joseph Christ.
Yeah, the Christs.
The Christs.
Yeah, duh.
We're going over to the Christs for dinner. What are we having? Their son's body and blood.
Well, we got there.
Woo! Anyways, so my mom has this metal. It's silver nativity scene. It's not that big. It's probably like the whole thing is probably this big, but there's like the three wise men. The little drummer boy is famously missing. That little asshole, loud guy. And then there's like the hay bale that Jesus is laying in, and then Mary, whatever, and the angel and the donkey and the pig and the whatever, and they're all hanging out. Now Jesus is about yay big. And my mom bought this set from this place, so she knows where it's from. But my dog, for some reason, this has happened 3 times, has jumped up where the nativity scene is and has eaten baby Jesus.
Communion.
They're metal. They're metal. Like,
well, he knows.
He has a fascination with like coins. Like I always find him chewing on like a penny.
That's sweet.
But like there's so many other options for him to eat, but he finds baby Jesus. It has happened 3 times, okay?
It's probably the right size for him.
But he's
kind of
getting
like
up
the microphone's the perfect size for you.
For me, I was thinking, I don't trust this dog. Why did you pick Jesus and not the pig? Because the pig is about the same size.
Right. I told you, communion.
My dog is a Christian?
Yes. My dog's Jewish.
He's Australian. He's an Australian Shepherd.
Oh, people in Australia are Christian. Australian's not their religion.
Yeah, you may be right. I forgot about that. But anyways, so I replaced baby Jesus with a cashew because they're about the same size.
Cashew.
A cashew.
That's how you say it.
Cashew. Cashew.
I say cashew.
Hi guys, we're going to take another quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Care Of. Care Of is a subscription service that ships high quality, personalized vitamins, supplements, and powders conveniently to your door every month. In 2023, instead of a long list of resolutions that just overwhelm, try focusing on a few key things that will allow you to feel balanced, confident, and energetic. And with Care Of, you get a routine of products and digital tools to help you feel better than ever.
Care Of can help you feel more in control of your health goals this year with personalized guidance, quality products, and encouraging healthy habits so you can see and feel results. You take a short, in-depth quiz, I love that quiz, by the way, about your lifestyle and health goals for a personalized, doctor-backed recommendation, taking the guesswork out of what supplements are best suited for you.
Yep. After taking the quiz, by the way, I was recommended to take vitamin C and D, which I'm big fans of. Those are the ones that I always talk about. You don't necessarily need to be deficient in those,
right?
You know, to be taking them. So I took the quiz and they recommended C and D.
B and C.
B and C, you know, no, it's C and D. A habit that I'm bringing into the new year is to take care of my health, and Care Of makes it super easy to do that. To do just that.
So true. For 50% off your first Care Of order, go to takecareof.com and enter code BANDC50. That's takecareof.com and enter code BANDC50 for 50% off your first Care Of order. How do you say PECAN?
Pecan.
I say pecan.
That's fucking strange.
How do you say I actually don't know how to spell this word. C-A-R. Is it C-A-R-A-M-E-L or C-A-R-M-E-L?
Well, let me think without you saying it, because I can think about how you say it. Caramel.
Me too.
Okay, caramel. Oh, I don't know now. Now I can't remember.
And you know what's weird? I'll always say Caribbean unless I'm
Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Otherwise, it's Caribbean.
Anyways, my dog wouldn't eat the baby Jesus cashew. Only baby Jesus.
Yeah.
And he likes cashews. I feed him cashews constantly. No one come for me if that's unhealthy for my dog. He lived a long life. He's
still
fine.
with us.
Yeah, he's still with us.
Yeah.
It's any day now, though. I'm expecting the phone call.
No.
Yeah, my mom.
That's the worst.
Every time she texts me, call me. I'm like,
right.
Hello? What's my email? What's my email address? What is your email? What is your email? Why would I know your email? I digress. But anyways, she had to reorder baby Jesus this year, and I said, throw cashew in there. No one's going to know. I think my mom thinks that the cashew baby Jesus might be sacrilegious.
Oh, I could see that.
I don't know. Cashews are from the earth, just like us. But I guess baby Jesus
I don't really
is no
know
longer
about
from
the
the earth.
nativity scene, honestly. But, okay, I have one more
And then
vacation thing,
yeah,
and then we'll move on.
Yeah.
But this is going to make you specifically, I think, like miserable.
Okay.
There's this machine at my mom and pop-up's house outside that emits like a high pitch or frequency. I'm not sure of the difference.
I know exactly what
sound
you're talking about.
that scares away the raccoons
They have
and
them
squirrels.
in Newport Beach for seagulls.
Yeah. And so humans can't really hear them because it's only a pitch or frequency that raccoons and squirrels can hear, unless like I could hear it because I'm young.
I can
like
hear it
Mama
too.
and Pop-Up can't hear it because they're old. There's something about what being old that makes you not be able to hear certain frequencies, whatever. I've always been able to hear it. So I was there a few days before my sister and my cousins,
Sure.
who are much younger than me. And I had been, doing my thing in the hot tub for those 4 days uninterrupted. The second that Gabby and my cousins step outside, they put their hands over their ears because they hear the raccoon machine that I, for the first year,
Whoa.
have not been able to hear.
That's crazy.
Every year before this year, it's always bothered me and I've had to turn it off right away. This year, I couldn't hear it.
Weird.
I
guess that's getting older.
Isn't that horrible? I would test if you could be able to hear it, because guess what, buddy? I don't think you would.
I think I would, because I hear the seagull one. Did you guys in like elementary, I guess like high school even? Oh no, I don't want to listen to it.
Yeah. Let's play a little bit and see what we can hear.
Okay, but what if it like makes someone crash their car or something? That's
not gonna leave this.
No, it's gonna play. Is it
Yeah,
gonna
it's
play
not
audio?
gonna play out to the street.
No, I'm saying someone listening to this podcast.
Oh, it's not. Well, guys, there's a high frequency sound coming. So if you're young, be aware. Maybe turn the volume down. But if you're 26, be careful.
Blood on your hands, not on mine.
Because you're not going to be able to hear it. Okay. Do you hear anything?
Is it playing?
Okay. Oh, yeah, I can hear that.
Jesus Christ, I can hear that.
Our system's working. Oh, yeah, I can hear that.
No, it's making me get like a pull muscle.
Yeah, I can hear that too.
Yeah, that's true. I can hear
That one's getting lower.
Oh, that's it.
Wow.
Cool.
But that was
Good to know.
the lower one was the last one.
Yeah, I got it. It was less, definitely, for sure.
Yeah.
Ooh, that kind of maybe.
Really?
Yeah, every noise.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. In high school, we used to set our ringtones for text to that sound. And I don't think it was as developed back then because our teachers could hear it. But they didn't think it was a text tone, so it was fine.
Oh.
They thought it was maybe like something breaking.
I watched 4 seasons of Spongebob.
Yeah.
While I was in Florida because I felt compelled. And watching that show as an adult is such a different experience, and it's such an amazing experience.
Yeah.
Because you don't realize like how many adult innuendos and jokes are hidden in that show.
It's a very sexual thing.
It's a very sexual show. Just like right off the bat, there's Bikini Bottom, there's Sandy Cheeks,
Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Krabs. Chum Bucket feels sexual, but I don't know what it would be.
It's because guess what?
What?
It's all capitalized except the H.
Oh yeah, it's Cum Bucket. Yeah.
Gnarly.
Yeah. And then there was this one scene that I was watching where SpongeBob's watching like the sea anemone show, and then Gary slithers in and he changes the channel.
The channel, yeah.
So he was watching sea anemone smut.
Oof. Sounds kind of sexy.
Yeah, it is.
Have you ever put your toe in a sea anemone?
No, I don't think I've ever really been near a sea anemone.
Woo.
So that's something SpongeBob would like to do.
Take off my sweatshirt and getting a little hot and bothered.
There were a lot of just.
There was I'm sure there's so many more. If you can think of any.
Well, we can watch this in the bonus because somebody DM'd me and was like, "You need to watch this." I have the name written down. This person's conspiracy theories on SpongeBob, and they have like 50 million views each video.
I hate those because a lot of them are just like bizarre. Like SpongeBob's parents killed.
I love those.
His other brother. It's like you are reaching for the stars.
Those because there's one Friends conspiracy theory that everything is all in Phoebe's head because she's such an outlier, and that like I lost sleep over that.
Yeah,
like I love those.
Again, it's just, sometimes it's best not to know French.
Oh, I took French in high school.
So you would have been there translating them calling me a fucking loser.
I didn't say I could speak French, but I did take it in high school.
We're moving right along. I want to get to like some of the stuff that like actually happened while we were gone because I feel like that's important.
Yeah.
Really quick, I did want to say, did you see my story when I posted about my flight being delayed and I had shorts on at the?
Oh yeah, I
should get back. Yeah. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I posted a story about at the airport. I'm wearing shorts, basketball shorts, no underwear, obviously, because I sweat a lot. And the last thing
wouldn't underwear help that? Like keep it all in?
No, I want airflow in and out.
Basketball shorts, though, I think they would be the worst thing not to wear underwear in.
I want airflow in and out. Okay. So anyways, it was hot in LA. I was flying to Colorado. I had pants in my backpack to put on when either on the plane or after we landed. And everyone was like, "You're seriously wearing shorts on a plane?" First of all, they're nice shorts. They're Viore. They're like good. They're a good look for traveling. Mm-hmm. I look like any other girl in yoga pants. Then people wear those.
Well, yoga pants are pants.
Well, guess what? Girls don't have to worry about.
That's not true at all.
Okay. Anyways, I am a hot person. Like my legs get hot. The last thing I need when I'm if potentially in a middle seat is to be like trying to get out of my clothes, like trying to take a hoodie off. So I wore shorts because I know my body. Mm-hmm. It was the most direct 50-50 split between guys saying, "I only wear shorts," and girls saying, "That's disgusting, new ick. How dare you?" Someone said it was like sitting like on the sidewalk. They were thinking it was like a dirty thing.
It doesn't feel right.
I'm not my skin is not touching the seat.
Still.
Anyways, it felt.
I wonder if for girls, like, just because of anatomy purposes, there's like a feeling that the germs could get like trapped.
Sure.
Whereas you wouldn't have that.
So I want you to think about having a boob in between your legs for a 6-hour flight. Like a saggy tit. And then get back to me on wearing shorts with no underwear.
It doesn't, again, I've thought about it. It doesn't feel, I would want a bra on my crotch.
Like sitting like this, like potentially middle seat and you're kind of like.
Yeah. You also didn't specify in your Instagram poll that you weren't wearing underwear. So I'd be curious if you did it again.
I don't think that changes things.
I do.
Anyways, I just want to say I'm pro shorts on a plane.
Okay. I can't stand with you on that.
You know what I used to watch a lot? Like a movie that I just remembered when I was at Shorts on a Plane.
Snakes on a Plane?
Snakes on a Plane.
What is that? Is it a horror movie?
It's with not Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Levitt, Samuel L. Jackson. And he is like, basically this guy brings all these snakes onto this plane and they're all poisonous. Oh, I forgot Kenan Thompson's in this movie. He's random. And it's an incredible movie of pulling together as a team to get these motherfucking snakes off this motherfucking plane.
Are they venomous?
They're all venomous and they have escaped and they're all over the plane. And you know what? Sit back, relax, and enjoy the fright. Because these motherfucking, and so that's Samuel L. Jackson's famous line is, I gotta get what does he say? It's time to get these motherfucking snakes out this motherfucking
Wait, I thought he brought them
plane.
on.
No, it was like they were either illegal, it was like a zoo person. But basically, but when you watch it on TV, which is where I watched it, he goes, it's time to get these Monday to Friday snakes off this Monday to Friday plane. And I was like, what does that mean? Because I was young when I watched it.
Oh, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah.
MF. Totally same vibe as you next Tuesday.
I thought it was funny.
Oh, got it.
Anyways, let's move right along to some current stuff, some
culture?
things that have happened. I know you brought up this like Equinox ad.
Did you see that?
No, well, now I'm getting it, I think, because you told me and my phone heard you tell me. So now it's like every third ad on my Instagram feed is Equinox, we don't speak January.
Yeah. So basically recapping, the Equinox ad that came out at the end of December was them saying, we don't speak January. We don't want to be your news resolution. We're not taking any new members in January, because they would want somebody more serious about fitness that's not just using the gym as a New Year's resolution. Right. So they've been facing a lot of backlash and did proceed to take the ad down. So this has me... They
didn't. It's running currently.
No, they took it down.
I got it yesterday.
You're kidding.
On
what?
And so did Kylie. Kylie got it yesterday
On
as
what?
Well. On Instagram.
Wait, let me go look and see.
I guarantee I have it.
No way. I thought they took it down.
No, and it's still up on their Instagram too, actually.
You're lying.
No.
Why? Oh my God.
Here's the thing.
Why does January always want to start? We don't speak January. Oh my God, it's still up.
I don't think it's bad. Like, hot take. I think that like...
Wait, I haven't even watched it. I just saw it on when Mama and Papa were watching the news in the morning.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty risky move as a marketing team to be like...
Oh, this video has
But
no
let's
sound.
think about... I mean, obviously, this is about people trying to get healthy, but Hinge is the app made to be deleted.
It's not fitness, it's life. Whoa.
I think it's a pretty smart...
Oh, Connor, I see here you've liked the ad.
Yeah. I do like the ad. I'm not talking about anyone individually. I was an advertising major. It's getting press. That's the point of it. I don't think anyone's going to be boycotting...
Oh, I want to leave.
Equinox. Well...
I want to leave also due to something else as well.
Yeah, well, I think whatever. I think that it's an interesting move to... I didn't say anything about people's body. It was just saying we want people that are going to like stick with it, which I think I had a tennis coach and...
See, what I heard is like we want people who are already fit.
No, it's open interpretation. It's people that want to stick with it and keep going, even though... Who's
to say you wouldn't stick with a New Year's resolution, though?
Pretty much history.
Yeah, but I really think they're saying this is for people who already have fitness in their life.
I think it's open enough to interpretation.
Right,
but
which is dangerous.
I had a tennis coach, and I remember this day specifically, who I was like spiting my mom by being like, I don't really give a shit. And he was saying, as we were doing a drill, you don't even want to be here, do you? And I was like, I killed it that day, because he was telling me, you're just like, maybe tennis isn't just maybe it's not just not your thing. Maybe you should quit.
Oh,
and I was
would say, yeah. See ya.
Oh no, I like killed it.
Oh, I don't
that
respond
day.
to that.
But while I do think this is a risky move for a gym, because I think people are a little bit up in arms about images and whatever, but I think that this would have been a really good move for an alcohol company. We don't speak January. We want people that are going to stick with drinking, whether people are doing dry January or not. I think that would have been a really good move.
Better.
Girl boss town.
So maybe you should join Equinox now if you loved the ad so much.
Oh no, I'm not a quitter. I'm just not a starter. And there's a difference there.
I'm gonna quit, I think, due to complications.
Complications of what?
I don't even want to say his name. But I kind of
Logan.
I watched the best moments of being. Stop! Don't say it. Because it's actually giving me so much stress that I'm breaking out in hives under my tomato sweater, which, by the way,
nice.
Thanks.
Yeah, I saw when you walked in.
It is crazy that, like I said, this sweater is going to make me hot, and the picture that I took in the tomato sweater, gorgeous. And I would never say that about myself.
The picture yesterday was, I was like, whoa, is Brooke like...
Finish that sentence.
No, I thought you were like at an event getting a professional... thing done. Like photography done.
The one in my other knit piece?
Yeah, it looked like a Getty image.
Oh my God, that's so nice of you. Nope, just a little bit tanner. It's crazy how much of a difference tanning makes.
Don't even get me started about it.
But anyway, I was watching some of the BNC best of, and some of you might not have been here for the Equinox Saga, featuring
Yeah.
who
You want to do?
I'm going to run
really quick?
everyone through that, just because when you really think of it piece by piece, it's unacceptable. And I don't know how I showed my face in that establishment ever again, or how I'm going to move forward with doing that in the new year. Basically what happened was I walked into Equinox one day very early on, and there was like a wall of the trainers' pictures, and there was one who I was like, oh my God, he's so cute. I hope he's my trainer. Obviously, I had to post about it on Instagram, which, like, what were you thinking, Brooke? Like, what could have been going through that pea-sized brain of yours when I not only posted that I have a crush on one of the trainers at Equinox, I said, someone needs to write a fan fiction about this, to which someone did write a fan fiction about it. I proceeded to read it on the podcast. You, Connor, said he should stretch you out in the steam room. I went back to Equinox. The guy at the front desk said, we love your podcast. I said, thank you. As I'm walking out the steps, it hits me the implications of that statement. I freeze. It occurs to me that you know who has heard what you've said, what I've said, whatever. Next time I go to the gym, he comes up to me, introduces himself. I say, oh my God, so nice to meet you. So you've heard the fan fiction and the comments that we've made about you and
face and your body. And
he was the sweetest guy in the world. I said, let's take a picture. Can't believe I did that. And I showed my face again at that gym after all of that. What?
We've come a long way from sharing someone's name, place of work, and face on our podcast.
Not okay.
And
the fact that he was okay about that, special kind of person.
Yeah. Well, he's an actor.
And now we're sharing his profession. I mean, the best guy in the world, seriously. I'm breaking out into hives under my tomato sweater. I won't be doing that again in 2023.
You know what? Importantly, you're not breaking out hives on your face, and it's what's on
the outside
that matters.
That's so true, Connor. But anyway, that's why I'm quitting the gym, because that's kind of come up for me again, and it doesn't feel good. You know?
Yeah. I was looking at trainers the other day, and there was one that lived nearby me, and I got his name, got his number, and I was like, I'm gonna just do some stuff where like I can just be outside and like work out outside. And then I got a package to my door, and it was his name. And I was like, what in the world? That's my new neighbor. He lives in my complex.
The guy you wanted to be your trainer lives in your
He like moved into
complex.
One of the units.
But you're moving out, so.
But I'm moving out, which is nice because I don't need to like run into my trainer.
Are you going to use him?
Maybe once I move.
You should, so you can have the opportunity to revisit the space that's meant so much to you.
Anyways.
Can I just really quickly tell you something insane that happened to me this morning?
Yeah.
I opened TikTok and saw that I was tagged in a video, which like sometimes I look at those, sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
But I looked at this one, and it was this girl doing like things that altered my brain chemistry in 2023. Okay. First slide is having a fling with Lady Efron's brother. So I send this to my brother, and I was like, walk me through this. And by the way, the caption of the girl's TikTok was at Brooke Averick, tell your brother I say hi.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I send Noah, that's my brother's name. I send him the TikTok, and I said basically, I was like, hope this was worth it. King, legend. And then he brought it to my attention that a year ago, I don't ever want to hear about my siblings' sex lives. Like, it gives me like the worst icky feeling. But a year ago, he was visiting here, and I think
what's good is that they're so open about them.
They are so open about it, and I want them to be
closed.
Lock that up. But Sally and Megan were asking him a lot of questions about his relationship status and whatever last time he was here. And he was explaining that a girl had slid into his DMs like randomly and was like, let's meet up. And I was like, no offense, but like, and I don't mean to come off as an egomaniac, but like, I don't really think that there's a way that she would have found you, somebody who doesn't post on Instagram, if it weren't for me. No offense. And he was like, no, she just found me. And I was like, I really don't think so. And he was like, no, she said she doesn't know who you are because I asked are you here because of my sister? And she said, no, I don't know your sister. And I was like, okay, you know what? Sure. Maybe she like saw you tagged in somebody's photo and like, I don't know. Like okay, sure. Sure, she doesn't know me. Sure. It was the girl who made the video. Who did? Yeah.
That is like strange. I wonder if she was like banging him thinking about you.
Ew.
She was,
by the way,
she was hooking up with him thinking about the video that she was gonna make
a year later.
Yeah, like she was probably like, this is gonna get so many views, so I'm gonna like go hook up.
I viewed it and shared it.
Yeah,
I copy linked.
Engagement.
But
that's fascinating.
Yeah.
I wanted to say that Phoebe Bridgers and Paul Mescal.
Oh yeah.
That whole thing. I guess Paul Mescal was with Angelina Jolie recently.
Yeah, but one of Angelina's kids was also there.
Oh.
So I don't think it was romantic. I think it was just like business.
Aren't her kids super young?
I think, I don't know who this kid was, but they looked like 15.
Angelina Jolie is like one of the loves of my life.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I really like her in Salt and Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
I've never seen her act.
And the one with Johnny Depp, and I can't remember the name of it. These are all very good movies. And you can look up that third one if you feel inclined. But I also watched Glass Onion last night.
Oh, I've seen it twice.
Kate Hudson, phenomenal work.
Incredible.
You know what I think about that movie? I don't think it was supposed to be cinematically good.
No, not all movies are.
I think it was supposed to be fun, like a little brain puzzle. Oh, the third Angelina Jolie movie is called The Tourist with Johnny Depp. I encourage you to watch it. It is really good.
I think we have to normalize like just liking movies for what they are. Not everything is supposed to be an A4 movie. Is that what it's called? A24.
I was like, a 4 movie. What does that mean?
A24.
But yeah, I was just like, this is good. I enjoyed watching it. It wasn't really a thinker or a stinker.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of just like a movie.
Have you seen the original Knives Out?
Yeah, I liked that.
That one I think is better.
It was.
But I watched that.
But
too.
I did like Madeline Klein in this one. And speaking of the devil, Outer Banks is coming out in like a couple weeks. The third season.
I've never seen it.
Okay, I know that you would like it. This is
I wouldn't. I don't think. I only like comedies or serial killer.
Okay, I really like teen coming of age.
Oh, and those.
Fun, like, this is more of like an adventure, like teen coming of age. So I liked it, and it was really fun to watch during quarantine. And then the second time I watched it, it was a rainy week in LA, and I finished the whole thing. And guess what? It's a rainy week in LA. It's a really good time to start. You should really start from season 1 and watch it. I'm jealous that you get that experience.
I've been watching Sex in the City, which is just like something I need to bring up with my therapist, because that's just like such a different life than the one I'm experiencing.
Something that bugs me about all those like Sex in the City, like young people like figuring out their life in the city, it makes me really sad, because at the end of all those shows, they like realize that they need to move out of New York. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, it's making me sad.
I don't think they ever did, though.
I don't know if they did, but like most of those type shows, it's set in New York City, like they all move out.
I hear you. Have kids in the suburbs.
Yeah, it's sad for me. Let's talk about really quick before we head to bonus.
Okay.
To Bone Zone. Should we talk about Andrew Tate and Greta Thunberg? Because I feel like it's timely. It's an interesting one. You don't really know who Andrew Tate is still. We talked about him like a little bit.
No, I do know.
Now?
Yeah, I mean, he's a bad person is the gist.
Yeah.
But it's like, I just like don't give him my time of day.
Well, yeah, but it's like one of those guys online that's like, I'm an alpha male.
Right.
Like, men are better than women. Women are property type guy.
Right.
And it's like, you technically can say that. There's nothing illegal about saying that. It's insane that is, I mean, there's just nothing illegal. You can say that, but
fine line between free speech and hate speech.
The thing is that now everyone's saying like he ruined a generation of like young men because,
Aww.
Yeah, it does something weird. The brain chemistry, like when I don't know why a 12-year-old would see that and be like, fuck yeah. Like, you are.
I think it's more so like the men that were sitting behind me on the plane yesterday.
I don't think the guy with the abacus is like an Andrew Tate fan.
How about the guy with the 10 creams and 3
Is that
sugars?
not the same person?
It is.
No, I don't think that that's the same person at all, because I don't think Andrew Tate would. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Anyways, his followers are like men that have actual mental disorders. So, anyways, he randomly, because he's one of those people that just likes to, and he's oppositional and likes to kind of like poke.
Right, the bear.
I don't know. I can't think of what I'm trying to say, but you get what I'm saying. He likes to start drama and fights so that his followers will like attack other people.
Right.
So he chose Greta Thunberg, little Greta.
Right.
So random and weird. Like, he tweets her and says like, I have 30 cars or whatever, and they're all high out. I have 33 cars. My Bugatti has a whatever quad turbo. My 2 Ferrari 812s, Competition, whatever. This is just the start. They all put out a ton of like emissions. Basically, like, do you have anything to say about that? Mm-hmm. And she goes, yeah, totally. Please enlighten me. Email me at smalldickenergy@getalife.com. Which, like,
wasn't that like one of the most liked tweets of all time?
Yeah, it was. But he responded and
wow.
said, Greta just told me her email is smalldickenergy@getalife.com, which I wish that I was on Greta's writing team, because I could understand how that could be flipped to be like, why is that your email, Greta? You know?
Oh.
And that's what he said. I would have been,
okay.
You know? So
shoot.
It frustrated me in that sense.
Plot hole.
I hate to do it. I wish I could just enjoy things for what they are. Anyways, her point got across to everybody anyways.
Right.
And then he made a video smoking a cigar and goes, bring me some pizza. And on the pizza box, it was a location.
Right.
And because of that location,
busted.
Police were able to find him where?
Romania?
Romania or something weird, and arrest him for human trafficking.
Yeah.
And human trafficking can mean a lot of things, and I'm like learning as I go what that means. I thought it was like literally like buying and selling people, which I think it might be also.
That's part of it.
But it's also like, it can be like a lot less than that too. Did you hear at like Disney World and Disneyland, if your child goes missing, they only look for 10 minutes because the chances of them finding them after 10 minutes is like genuinely 0%.
That's horrid.
Yeah. Horrid. It's a scary thought. I get lost at Disneyland. I can't imagine like trying to find a child.
Ugh. I just remembered getting lost at. Did you have Borders in Texas, the bookstore?
Yeah, there's a border between Mexico and Texas.
Okay, did you have Borders, the bookstore?
No, we had Barnes and Noble. That's your favorite place to poop.
Yeah, but I got lost in Borders once, and I just remember the sound on the intercom that was like, if your name is Brooke, please come to this. And it was just like the scariest thing that's ever happened to me. That's awesome, though, because you were found. That should have been a sigh of relief. It was just scary. It was all scary. In general. Yeah. Okay, let's head to the bonus. Let's head to Bone Zone. I'm glad they found you in that Borders. Imagine if they never did. We wouldn't. I'd be sitting here with who? Michelle Obama. Do you think that you'd be sitting here with someone? I don't know. It's a good question. It is. We don't know, and that's the gorgeous thing about life is how many twists and turns it could potentially take. Schrodinger. No, all the scenarios are not Schrodinger. No, that is Schrodinger. Like you're both dead and alive right now. No, you're not. You're alive, sitting right here. I can see you. No, you can't, because the box is closed. What box is closed? The box that I'm in. I'm the cat. You don't get it. I don't think that we're seeing eye to eye here, and that's the beauty. Yeah, because I'm in a box, you can't see me. Or can you? I can't see. That's what it comes down to. You're right. Yeah, I know. Okay. Well, we're gonna take a breather. Oh yeah, and we will see you in the bonus. You should also thank you for listening. Welcome back. We have so much fun, exciting stuff. This is gonna be a very transformational month, transformative month, even. And there's so many exciting things to come. This is just the beginning. So many exciting things. One of them is Connor started doing Wordle, and I saved the Wordle even though I wanted to do it so badly on my flight. I saved the Wordle so we can do it together in the bonus. I did start doing the Wordle. I just want to say I'm a Wordle king. I am 100% 8 for 8 on tried 3 times. Good job. Okay. We'll see you in the bonus. Bye.
This week on Close Friends.
Could
We're not
not
talking about this.
or this.
We're talking about this. Reach into my pocket like the Matrix and then I go.
Strangler.
Sign up on tmgstudios.tv to watch the full bonus episode.